Hey, welcome back. And here's another really powerful self-love tip or process. And it is a way for you to not only release, but rewrite any negative childhood messages that you remember getting. It came up recently when I was having dinner with some friends of mine. And one of our friends told a story about how when her daughter was 6 years old, she was at Girl Scouts. And the little girl got told by some other little girls, all of them about 6 years old, you can't come into this group because you're Black. And when our friend was telling us that, you could feel all of us be like, oh God, how sad and awful. Ew. Here's another one. A friend of mine told me that as she's working on self-love, she can tell that it's being kind of a weird, hard process. And she remembered one of her childhood memories was when she came home from school with a good grade on some writing thing, that her mom, when she proudly, the little girl showed her mom, like, look what I did. Are you proud of me? And the mom's message was very much other than, of course, I'm proud of you. It had the energy of, well, how dare you be gloating about your own good? And do you think you're more special than anybody else? And you should never be bragging about your own good. That's for other people to do and notice. And one of mine that I remember was, I wasn't super little. I must have been in high school. And I was telling my dad about my choice for psychology as a undergraduate major. And he said, well, nobody makes any money doing that. I was just reading a book, and in it, the author remembers, and she thinks she was around 12, that she went to go, meet up with her cousins, and they were all going to go swimming. And she was a little bit proud of her body because her breasts had started coming in, and she could feel her bathing suit be a little bit tight. And so she was knowing that she was, moving on into an adultish sort of body, and she was feeling proud of that. And she heard another little kid who she had always kind of had a crush on say under his breath, but loud enough for her to hear when she walked by, lard ass. Think about some of your own negative messages that you got. Doesn't have to be when you were a child, but those are sometimes the ones that stick with us even more. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale that all the way out. And begin to simply have the willingness to take note of the fact that while hurtful, that was indeed a message that someone else said to you. Doesn't instantly make that go away, but as an adult, as you're listening to this right now, realize, that was a message just from another human on the planet. They said that to me. All right. So now take note that as a grown-up, you can, if you're willing, you can release that. You can release that belief, even if you don't know how, a willingness to do that. And now what I would like you to do is literally rewrite that message. And rewrite the message as if it was coming from whoever it was that the original message came from. So whatever kind of words, the most amazing message, the way you most would have wanted to hear it, or the exact kind of message that you would have taken it in and flourished by it. What message in that exact moment could you have heard that would make you just grow and flourish and feel loved or amazing or nurtured or happy or safe? Here we go. From the examples that I gave you. What if that little 6-year-old, now a grown-up, instead of that message that said, you can't come into this group because you're Black, what if instead that 6-year-old heard from other little 6-year-old girls, will you come and be in our group? You have such beautiful dark skin. And somebody else says, no, we asked for her to first. Because I always heard that that beautiful dark skin was what made us know that your spirit and your soul was just even more special than the rest of us with lighter skin. That's what my mom always taught me. What if that was the message she heard? So write down whatever message. How about the one where that little girl brought home her work? It was some homework, it was some assignment. And instead of the mom saying, how dare you brag about your own self? Don't do that. Does that mean you think you're more special? What might have been a message that she heard from her mom that she would have flourished by? How about this? If she brought it home. Did you really do that? Oh my gosh, I was so proud of you. Doesn't it feel really good on the inside? Do you know that that feeling of feeling proud of yourself and feeling empowered? Do you know that's just the exact kind of feeling that when you nurture that feeling, you'll have more and more of those experiences. And do you know that when you feel really proud of yourself, do you know that it lets you be more of a light on the planet? And then you teach other people to do that too. So when you're happy about something that you did, do you know it helps other people? And I'm really glad you got a good grade. It's really cool. And it's really cool that you're proud of yourself about that. And I want you to know that no matter what grade you ever get, you are valuable and you are worthy and you are a gigantic light upon the planet. How about the one when I said, ooh, I was excited about going into psychology? How about if this is the message I got from my dad? Oh man, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so happy that you found something that you think you want to do that's going to use your skills, because I know you're so good with people. And I know for sure that when you follow that thing that feels like your passion, you're going to have prosperity and joy and abundance of all kinds, because that's how the universe works. I'm glad you know that already. And how about the woman who, when she was 12-ish, she was feeling pretty proud about her body. She felt good in her body, and somebody called her a lard ass. What if instead that little kid, as she was passing, what if she heard him say, I always really liked you, you know. Really glad you're here today. But I'm embarrassed to say that. I think you're really attractive. You're getting all grown up in your body. So now what I want you to do right now as you're watching is I want you to think about a message, a negative message. Could be any time, but think about is there one that's kind of stuck in your craw from when you were a little kid? Write it out, or at least say it the way you remember it, the negative message. And now truly, really, with pen and paper, hard copy somewhere. Maybe you could do it on your phone, but really hard copy, pen and paper. Write the message, exactly the opposite one you got. Even if you think it's, well, like that would never get said to me, Darcy. I know. So say it to yourself. But imagine it's coming from that place that you got the negative message. Rewrite it and then read it out loud. And then close your eyes and imagine that experience. Imagine that person right there giving you the positive message. Hey, if you find these beneficial, these self-love tips, please use them. Please share them. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so you know every time a new one comes out.